Fatality Field is our destination as we continue our SFL Super Saturday here on SFL YouTube. A matchup from last season that saw the Los Angeles Lycans take home an upset victory at the midpoint of Season 21. They meet again here in Season 22, Week 2. Alongside me this evening to cover the action between Los Angeles and the Arizona Scorpions is a very familiar voice in the ever-informed Cameron Duty. Cameron, what's going on? How are you this evening, and what are you looking forward to in tonight's matchup?
Hey, Jacob, it is good to be with you, and good evening, everybody. It's so great to be here in Arizona. I tell you what, I'm really excited about this game for one reason in particular. It's always interesting, the Week 2 matchups. You know, you have two teams who are coming off very heartbreaking losses in two very different ways. You had Los Angeles, who lost by a point, and you had Arizona, who was completely blown out of the water. The rebound that these teams want to try to progress to, you know, they want to try to get a good footing here. It's not too late, obviously, in the season, just Week 2 to turn things around and stay right there in your division. It's going to be exciting to see who comes out on top today.
Opening kickoff will come from the boot of JT Jelani, and it will be fielded at the front of the end zone and returned out past the 20. Good return up past the 25 to the 28. And as you mentioned, Cameron, last week was action-packed for both of these sides. Los Angeles hung it with a division favorite in the Seattle Nemesis, but Arizona were swept by the Canton Classics. The Scorpions looking to get back to their true form here in Week 2 back at home. First down for Sully Richardson. He's got 3 wide with Logan Jack in the backfield. To his left. Richardson will drop back. Early play. Fires it into the backfield. It's caught by Logan Jack and is tackled for a loss of 2 by Nathaniel Diggs.
Nice pursuit that time by Arizona. Something they want to work on, of course, is getting these offenses that they face in long down territory. For example, you know, this 2nd and 12, they want to make it difficult on them. They gave up way too many yardages and points last week.
Richardson, short drop back. That pass was a little too tough to handle on the outside, and they'll be forced to have an attempt here from 3rd and long.
Good job early on, as we mentioned, as I was saying there about Arizona wanting to force their offense into 3rd and long. Sully Richardson last week, 24 of 40, 341 yards and 2 touchdowns. Protected the football very well, also with just 1 interception. So we'll see what he can do on this 3rd and long situation.
He's got all 5 receivers out on field on this play. Richardson rolls out to his left. Long look. It's caught for a first down. And he's found Iniguez for a huge play.
Yeah, Darius Iniguez, one of the hot up-and-coming talents of the SFL. And if you watch the minor league, the guy he knows how to get open. And take a look at the space that they gave him, respecting the zone right there. And unfortunately, he is very good at exploiting that middle of the field that they leave open in that little pocket. And a great connection that time.
Iniguez in his 2nd season in the SFL had a huge SFLM campaign last season. Richardson drops back, throws to the backfield. It's caught by Jack, and he will pick up a first down. Great run and catch by the tailback. In fact, that's the rookie, Brandon Brennanstall, one of the most impressive backs from the SFLM in Season 8.
A lot of good up-and-coming talent on this Los Angeles team that had breakout years in the minor leagues. And there's another one of them, as you mentioned, Brandon Brennanstall. And I believe that is his first reception of his career in the SFL. So a nice job of weaving through traffic there to pick up another first down.
Brennanstall, the favorite of the truck move from the SFLM. We'll see if we get that tonight. That carry on the outside goes back to Jack, and that gets nothing.
Yeah, just nothing there, running behind his men, and that hole closed up very quickly. And again, you talk about setting a tone. The offense wants to set a tone here, march right down the field and put some points up on the board. The defense, on the other hand, looking to make a stop and get off the field, try to stop some of the bleeding they've dealt with this first couple of series here in this game.
Richardson looks long. That's caught for a first down. Great throw by Richardson. He's found the tight end. It's Chris Lee, the outside wide receiver.
Yeah, again, just a nice job right there as we take a look at the replay. Really doing a good job of getting behind the linebackers there and finding a way. It's something that Sully Richardson is very good at, which is exploiting those little matchups and doing a nice job of threading the ball in there. Perfect timing on that. Again, these guys look good today.
Fast-paced drive for the Lycans. That carry by Jack. Nets 2. The Los Angeles offense consists of the two backs, Brennan Stall and Jack. Jalen Wells is the fullback. Those receivers, Bubba Tree, Darius Iniguez, Elsie Pryor, and Chris Lee. The tight ends, Tommy Rahman and Jack Flash. And on the line, Oren Wilds, Bob Watoska, and Christian Swifty, the lone guard. The handoff outside gets nothing by way of Brennan Stall. Good tackle made by the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage, and that will force the Lycans into another third down.
Eddie Gage, a two-time All-Star, 20 seasons in the SFL. He knows how to snuff out a run, and that's exactly what he did right there. Just a great job of pursuit.
Richardson's already converted once on first down. He's got to complete a pass, but it won't be enough for a first down. Good tackle made by Zach Hamburg at the sophomore corner, and LA will be forced to take a three-pointer.
Exactly what they were looking for, Jacob. They wanted to be able to, bend but don't break, kind of stiffen up here and keep them out of the end zone. They have been able to successfully do just that.
Zashon Black makes his first field goal for the Lycans, previously of Sioux Falls, and has opened his account for season 22. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sidelines and start your play today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the join the community button, or just meet the fans on and off the field in our Discord server. It's never too late to get involved. Return brought up past the 30, tough tackle, and he's brought it up past the 36. Impressive play by the receiver. I believe that's TJ Punk on return duties, and that sets up Arizona with good starting field position.
Talking about, good field position, that's something that they definitely need to capitalize on. We take a look at stats for last week. Ashley Jackson had a tough time in the passing department, looking to improve on that. There was 4 interceptions last week, so you'll expect her to come out and protect the ball in this game and probably start off with some run pass mix in there to try to get a good rhythm going for this Arizona team.
Jackson drops back. She'll take a sack. Dropped for a loss of 6. Not the start that Ashley Jackson was after. This LA defense straight into it, Cameron.
Yeah, they really were. Take a look at Brummer right here. For one, just completely dominates on the line, wins the battle in the trenches, and then after that, Jackson just didn't have an opportunity to really even look up. So a nice job right there by Brummer coming in and making a big-time sack.
Red Sea beaten once already on the first play of the game. Jackson rolls out with Moses in front of her, and a great tip to get it away from Punk. Play made in the end by Mike Scott.
Yeah, Mike Scott, no stranger to this league. 7 seasons, all of them with Los Angeles, and a season 20 All-Star. So he's very good at his position, a good job of sniffing out the football, and just about come up with a nice pick there.
Well, because that pass was going to be a first down had it not have been deflected. Jackson's going to have a go here from third and long. Rolls out into the pocket again. She's got time to throw. Looks deep. It's in one-on-one coverage and dropped. In and out of the hands. Great coverage once again by this LA defense. Monte Wyatt in his first season with the Lycans gets the deflection and forces a punt from Arizona.
Fantastic coverage. Really didn't give Ashley much of an opportunity at all. Kind of just had to chuck it up there and see if anybody could come down with it. And this offensive line causing her to have to roll out to buy time. They're going to have to get more settled, that's for certain.
Charles McLongfellow, undrafted free agent punter, sends this one away and is fielded at the 33 by another young receiver on this LA depth chart, Bubba Tree, involved on special teams. He, too, a sophomore wideout after being a mid-season signing for the Lycans in season 21. And that gives Sully Richardson possession again after what was a pretty impressive opening drive that resulted in the Zashnell Black field goal. Bunch receivers to Richardson's left. He's going to roll out, looks across his body. That's caught. Great play. And a first down taken in by Chris Lee.
Yeah, that was a nice job. Something that already early in this game we're seeing them set the tone. Richardson, good on rollouts. And then what that does, it buys him plenty of time. There's a difference between that rollout right there and then what you've had to see Ashley Jackson do. She's been having to really scramble for her life. These are predetermined, pre-designed for Richardson to get out and find the open man, and another great connection.
Richardson loves the bunch. That's going to be a sack, though. Arizona's defense checks into the game. It's been played on LA's terms so far, but the big dog, Sean Moore, gets in on the sack.
Just what Arizona needed as well. That's something that they're going to have to rely on their defense, I think, to come up and make some big-time stops in this game. Sean Moore being one of the guys that you can expect, 6'3", 250 pounds, already making his presence known. We may call his name quite a few times in this game today.
Richardson drills back on a third down. Long pass. Here's picked off. Taken away by Everett Garrison, the moneymaker. Gets a turnover.
Yeah, Everett Garrison, sometimes, Jacob, the best offense is a good defense, especially when your offense is sputtering. They weren't able to put up any points on the board last week, the first time in 250-some games. So what they're needing today, until they can get a rhythm with this offense for Arizona, is the defense to come up and make big plays, and that was one of them. You have to step up. One side has to carry the weight, if you will, until the other can get going. That was really monumental right there for Arizona's chances today.
Jackson now with possession. The handoff to Moses on the outside, and Moses tries to get past a wall of Los Angeles defenders and finds 4 yards out of it. In fact, I believe that's Jay Balmer, the fullback. So 4 backs on this Arizona roster. The rookie Bismarck Wright also on stats for the start, along with Jay Balmer and Cooper Allen, 2 free agents. DJ Moses, of course, the elite back, has had a string of excellent seasons as a borderline RB1 across the entire SFL. I'll look to try and get back to that form this week after a rough week 1. Handoff up the middle. That's the rookie Bismarck Wright, and he picks up a couple. Makes third down a little more manageable. Cameron, last week, Arizona struggled to get first downs, but had quite a few conversions on third down.
Exactly. A great stat to mention there is you are right. 4 third down conversions. They had 7 first downs all last week. That tells you where the majority of their gains were being made, and you don't want to find yourself in a third down position like that very often. So this is tough sledding for them here.
Handoff up the middle, and Jay Balmer with a big man carry up the middle, and that picks up a great chunky yardage and a first down.
A very good job, and that's very promising. Back to the point that we were mentioning, when you have 7 first downs on the entire day, as opposed to Los Angeles, who had 23 or so last week, it's an important, probably one of the most staggering statistics in my opinion, and where you need to really, really improve on. Don't get yourself in those second and third and long territories where you just can't convert. Try to be manageable on first and second down.
Jackson moves James' hands from left to right. Jackson's going to roll out. Short throw is caught for a good chunky yardage by the brother Donnie Hands. That picks up 6.
And that goes exactly with what we're talking about, Jacob. The fact that on that first down, you're not settling for a 1 yard gain or 2 yard gain. You're able to get a good chunk that's going to make this second down a little bit easier, open up the playbook a little bit more. It gives you much more options.
Handoff straight up the middle, and DJ Moses. And Moses turns around, he's off inside the 25. What a carry. How did he get away from that contact?
I don't know. It was sheer determination, that's for sure. And really, Moses, one of the threats that this Arizona team certainly has in their arsenal. Take a look at this. I mean, this is the stuff legends are made of, and that right there will make the highlight reel for sure. A great play and really great determination. They knew they needed that first down and to get some momentum, and you're starting to feel it churn just a little bit here.
TD Jack had to make sure there wasn't 6 points attached to that carry by Moses. The handoff left-hand side goes to Bismarck right. He picks up 2.
Another thing that will begin to help, Jacob, is that quarterback, and then, the 2 halfback tandems. That's what I'm trying to get out here. The halfback tandems that they have in this game, that's going to help open up the run lanes if they can start to kind of trade off here. Both of them getting good runs. Boy, that could pose a challenge for Los Angeles.
Hands from left to right again. Jackson drops back. The pass is deflected away and falls harmlessly incomplete.
And bringing up again an important third down, as we've already touched on today in the game. Conversion factor, very important here that they can indeed continue to extend this drive. Again, they are in field goal range, but man, you want to try to punch this thing in for 6 if you can.
Jackson drops back. She slings it. It's a first down. Finds one of the Hands brothers. It's Donnie for a first down.
Yeah, and you know what? That was the perfect play call in that situation, in my opinion. Take a look at this route. Cuts in, and the timing was perfect, too, because just as the receiver is breaking off that route, the ball is right there in his possession. So a great job, a really nice play design, just enough to kind of throw Los Angeles off their coverage a little bit, and now they're in business.
8 to go for Arizona to open up their account for tonight. Jackson's got Moses in the backfield. Moses trying to get through. Early contact, and he's whacked at the line of scrimmage. Great tackle. Getting up into the frame was the safety, Monte Wyatt.
Yeah, Monte Wyatt just came in like a truck and completely leveled the halfback there. A good stop on that and read that the entire way.
Very aggressive formation here for Jackson. Empty backfield. She launches end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. James Hands.
And already we are seeing a really nice progression from what we've seen last week. One, getting on the scoreboard. And another important thing to note, as I kind of touched on there for just a moment, they didn't settle for the field goal. They were able to capitalize and complete the drive. Great job of the offensive line providing protection for Ashley to be able to go in and take a look at all of her routes, take a look at what was available, and then going to the middle of the end zone right there for the completion. A great job, so impressive, and that's going to make them feel really good about themselves here.
Extra point by JT Jelani is up and good, and Cameron, Arizona started with a 3 and out on their opening drive, but then the pick by Everett Garrison lit the fire, and a great drive by the Scorpions offense to match.
Oh, it sure did. And really, honestly, what it did, as you mentioned, is it was all about momentum. We could see that things were beginning to shift quickly, might I add, in a negative direction for Arizona. As we said, that defense stepping up and making that big play just really reinvigorated this offense.
Returned by Aniguez up to the 29. And Los Angeles will look to recover from that turnover that seems to happen so long ago in this game. But LA, you think Cameron just have to go back to the game plan that worked on that opening drive?
Yeah, definitely. Get settled down again. Don't let the interception rattle you too much. I mean, this is football, and Arizona is very good at always on the defensive front with people such as Eddie Gage. They've always had a great reputation for that. Just don't let it determine the outcome of this game for you. Just shake it off. Go back to your game plan that was working for you, and you should see some positive results.
And Egas in motion. He's had a hot start to this game. Richardson rolls out to his right. Got a good block.
Oh.
It's packed by Eddie Gage. Going back and crossed across the sideline. He's spotted at the 27. What a play by number 27.
An impressive play indeed, and would you believe it? We literally had just mentioned Eddie Gage's name, and take a look at him. Oh, he read that the entire way. Take a look at his eyes. He came from the middle of the field over to that sideline and knew that that pass was going there. He could see Richardson looking the entire way. So impressive, and that's why that guy is a Hall of Famer. Plays like that. Players make big plays, and, goodness gracious, Arizona right now couldn't be any happier with the way the last couple of series has went.
2 straight passes from Sully Richardson that have resulted in interceptions, and now the Arizona Scorpions are spotted at the 30 off the back of that interception by the Hall of Famer. Handoff up the middle. Moses is off. Moses tries to get forward and picks up 8 yards. Cameron, he's already eclipsed his rushing total from last week.
He has, and a great play scheme, a great job by the offensive coordinators today, knowing this game plan, a great mix of pass and run, and what that is doing is just simply putting Los Angeles on their heels a little bit. And again, it took a couple series to see them, begin to work this out. But now your offensive line finally beginning to click. You have enough time to let Ashley Jackson stand up and actually take a look for her receivers, and now the run game is going. This is great for them.
And up the middle, that's Bismarck Wright, and he picks up a first down. That's his best carry. Cameron Bismarck didn't have a carry in week 1. He's already starting to sizzle in this game.
Yeah, beginning to cook a little bit, and what a difference a week makes. A good week of practice, obviously, going back to the drawing board, and again, it's just learning. Even in a loss, there's things you can take away from a game that you can implement, and I think they have done a great job of turning things around here.
1 quarter done. The Scorpions have the momentum here with the home field advantage. They're driving downfield to try and extend their lead off the back of the Eddie Gage interception on the previous possession. First down was made by Bismarck Wright. Moses is back in the fold here. And caught for a touchdown. This time, again, a Hands brother. It's James Hands for a touchdown.
Yeah, James Hands. How he got that wide open, I don't know. He should never be as wide open as he was. Watch that little shimmy right there. But there wasn't anybody in the frame even that was on him. They brought pressure from the right side. You could see them trying to get to Ashley Jackson. But, sometimes when you live by that pressure, you die by it as well. And James Hands left wide open in an entirely different zip code, maybe the easiest touchdown he may ever catch.
Ashley Jackson so far in this game has only found one of 2 Hands brothers, but she's found James twice for 6-pointers, and now the Scorpions take an 11-point advantage as Los Angeles looking to desperately turn over their rate of turnovers. Last 2 passes from Richardson have resulted in picks to defensive backs from Arizona, 1 to Garrison, 1 to Gage. And Iniguez is going to try and get some momentum here. And Iniguez off to the sideline. He's up past the 40. And it's Bubba Tree. Bubba Tree down to the 10. And Bubba Tree's going to take this all the way. A new returner in for the Lycans. And Bubba Tree is going to get 6 points.
You talk about a spark. We talked about that interception and what it was able to do for Arizona. They've then reeled off 2 straight touchdowns. Now, the kick return by Los Angeles here, putting Bubba Tree in, knowing they needed something a little bit different back there in the backfield to give them that spark. And boy, it did. Take a look at that. Again, great blocking and a great scheme. A nice job of the wedge setup that they had right there with the blockers out in front of Bubba to provide some open lanes. And just like that, now again, another momentum shift. And Los Angeles saying, we're not going to go quietly into the night at all. A fantastic play. And, they're about to bring this within 4. How exciting.
Someone lit a fuse under this game because it's turned into an absolute storm in the last couple of minutes. 2 touchdowns to James' hands, and now the Lycans have responded straight away with a return touchdown by the sophomore wideout Bubba Tree. Kickoff by Black, returned from the end zone by Donny Hands up past the 25 to the 26. And Cameron, we've got a really good ball game here now.
Oh, we do. This has been so exciting the past handful of minutes. You know, it started off a little bit sleepy, and then it was just like, well, it went from 0 to 60 and 3.4. I really think that this is going to be an important drive right here for Los Angeles and they have momentum on their side. Stiffen up here and see if you can get Arizona off the field.
So those teams such as Los Angeles have yet to have a single rushing yard, but they are only down by 4 to this point. Jackson drops back short, drop back, caught. Oh, incomplete. Was looking for the tight end Will Todd, and good coverage in the end to force the pass free.
Yeah, Devontae Moore. And an important thing about that, he got beat initially on the route. You could see the receiver breaking free. But what was important about it was he continued to follow through. He didn't give up on the play and was able to get in and just enough interference to make that an incompletion.
Devontae Moore, the sophomore corner, one of 3 on this Lycans roster with TD Jack and Mike Scott. We've mentioned Monte White a few times, Eden Moss, and Ryan Joseph. The other defensive backs on this LA defense. The handoff up the middle goes to Jay Barmer. That picks up 1. 3rd down coming up here for the Lycans. The rest of that defense, Ace Blackwell, Brogan Spiro on the edge, Selwyn Lane, Nick Brummer, and Gary Marks at the tackle positions. Tazzy Blackwell, Greg Ward, and Rochelle Colston are your linebackers. Jackson on a 3rd and long. Moses is in the backfield. Churchill is going to move from left to right. Haven't seen him yet. He's the number 1 receiver on this roster. Jackson drops back. Spin. Outside. Churchill, 1st down.
It was a nice play, and that was a really nicely designed route. We have seen some great routes today in this game by these receivers. And here's another quick out. Take a look at this. And right there, he gets that acceleration, Jackson does, away from the defender. And I believe it was Eden Moss who was on the coverage there. And that little shimmy and that little that zip out towards the sideline, we saw that type of play scheme all day long, and it's worked so well for them.
Handoff up the middle to Moses, picks up 2. Tackle made by Tazzy Blackwell in her 5th season with this ball club. Ultra-talented inside linebacker. One of 2 Blackwells on this roster. There's Arizona. We'll go back to it here on a 2nd down. The handoff again to Moses, and Moses is jammed up again. Only picks up a few. This LA defense starting to clock onto the run.
And back to that 3rd and 5, and it seems like this is a daylight and dark comparison from last week. Able to move the ball sometimes at ease, and I think you start to get over those hurdles you had in week 1. You get that confidence about your 3rd down. Don't seem so intimidating now. Oh!
Jackson evaded the sack. Great play. Ashley Jackson slides for the 1st down and is caught at the 40.
Literally, Los Angeles came in like a pack of wolves. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 defenders that was in the perimeter there, and Ashley just really made a brilliant move to step up and find the open lane, and a wonderful play right there. Great job, great awareness by quarterback number 9.
I'll be disappointed they didn't come away with a 4th down stop there on that occasion. Jackson back to it on 1st down, looks deep. It's incomplete. Oh, it just fell away from that back coverage from the Lycans. Good play made in the end by Monte Wyatt. He's had a busy start to this night.
Yeah, a good job right there indeed by Monte Wyatt. Intended for Donnie Hands, and Wyatt really laid a hit as well after the play on Hands.
Jackson throw is caught for a first down. Great conversion finds TJ Punk.
You know, TJ Punk has been here for 7 seasons now, a previous All-Star, and just does a nice job in this lineup. You know, you hear so much about Donnie Hands and James Hands, and he just fills a nice void right there, a very reliable target that when they call his number, you know, he's more than likely going to respond.
He is definitely one known for his consistency, and Ashley Jackson will bring out all 5 receivers here on this play. Good blocking up front. Oh, it's incomplete. That was risky. It was a little beyond the reach of her intended target, being James Hands. The rest of that Arizona offense, we've mentioned Donnie and James Hands, Mike Churchill and TJ Punk, the receivers, Adam Grabowski and Will Todd, the tight ends, and of course the Red Sea, Sean Crooked, EJ DeQ, Patrick Kelly, Igor Barbatov, and Gene Bernatzi make up that 5-man line. Jackson drops back, good blocking again. That's incomplete. What a hit. Pushing down, Will Todd had no chance of hanging on to that one. Believe it was Monte Wyatt again on the stop.
It was. He is all over this field and has came in. And again, back to a point that I also made earlier, you know, just following through. You may get beat on a route, but keep playing through because you can come up and, as we said, make some big-time interference. That's exactly what happened there. It came in like a heat-seeking missile and disrupted what we thought was going to be a nice completion.
Handoff. Rolls out. Jackson. Oh, great tip. And that will be a stop. What a play by that outside lineman for Los Angeles, batting that ball away. I believe it was Brogan Spiro on the stop.
Yeah, it was. It was Brogan Spiro who did a nice job. We've talked about how these have been, you know, these rollouts is something that they've tried with Ashley Jackson a couple of times in this game today, whether it be being forced out of the pocket or not. They read that one like a book, and a nice job of this defense to get off the field.
Field goal attempts by JT Jelani seem to take an age to get over the upright, but it does, and Arizona will march it out to a 7-point lead. If you're liking the game so far, make sure you do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you that much football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Jelani, kickoff return. Last one from LA was returned for a touchdown. Oh, it's fumble! Reverse! And it's going to be taken back for points by Mike Churchill. What on earth happened there? And this game was flipped on its head once again.
My goodness, that happened so fast, it's almost hard to process. Bubba Tree makes a move and kind of jukes right into the defender there, and then Churchill is there to pick up and just waltz it on in for 6. My goodness. A great hitting right there by the Arizona team coming in and being very physical. I did not expect that, but sometimes when you start with those juke moves like that, if you don't have the ball properly secured, you can cough it up quickly.
Mike Churchill's had an esteemed career in the SFL. I don't think he's had many touchdowns of that nature. A fumble recovery off a kickoff that has resulted in 6 points. The extra point by JT Jelani is up and through, and what was initially a 7-point lead for Arizona, just like that, turns into 14 off the back of that error from Bubba Tree on the kickoff. What about a turn of tables for the young receiver? He'll have another crack at it here, and we'll get it up past the 30. That's a better return, marked at the 34. And we'll see if LA can respond. They haven't had the ball for a while, Cameron.
Yeah, I feel like I just had a moment of deja vu there. 2 straight kick returns. Thankfully for this one, though, a nice job of Bubba Tree holding on to the football, getting them a good return. That's good field position for Los Angeles. I think the important thing is, yeah, you've had some things not go your way, but again, don't panic. It's too early in this game, and you finally showed that you could move the football. Now it's just a matter of, again, sustaining a drive and going down and narrowing the gap between yourself and Arizona.
Confirmation that Sully Richardson has not fallen asleep in the time that it's taken for him to get back onto the field. But he must come out and respond here on this possession. Handoff far side is taken by Jack. Jack's got room to the outside and will be tackled out of bounds just shy of the 50. Great carry by Logan Jack. Los Angeles needed that.
Yeah, Logan was so close to breaking this one free and going home. Watch his cut right here. He tries to do as he angled himself towards the sideline. So a nice last desperation tackle by Arizona to come in, and that was Iverson Gamble who made that tackle because Logan Jack was going to be gone. But a nice job, nevertheless, of Arizona from stopping the touchdown. That is a great first play to get yourself going if you're Los Angeles.
Aggressive look by Richardson, and that is incomplete. Great coverage by Sean Moore.
A nice deflection indeed. And I think it's going to be important here if you are Los Angeles. Just as we mentioned before, always been able to manage yourself well on first and second down. We have saw that Los Angeles does a pretty good job on the run on first down. I wouldn't get too far away from it. We saw them go in that all-out set right then with all the receivers out, split left and right there. But, don't get away too far from this ground game that was working well for you. Ooh.
Richardson with a lead block. That's incomplete. Good coverage again by this Arizona linebacker called J.R. Lawless in on the tip. That was Parker Thomas, the slot corner. And now a 3rd and long coming up here for the Lycans. 4 wide for Richardson with a single back. Receiver left to right is Pryor. Haven't heard from him yet tonight. Richardson drops back deep. Look, it's incomplete. Risky throw. Everett Garrison almost had a second.
Intended for Bubba Tree, and it looked like for just a moment that there was going to be an opportunity for Richardson to fit that one in there, or at least give Bubba Tree an opportunity to go up for it, but just a little too much heat on that pass, and it sailed way ahead of the receiver, and unfortunately that will bring out the punter here.
Not the result that Los Angeles were after. That punt is off the side of the boot. And good coverage in the end by the Los Angeles Special Teams unit. Monte Wyatt in on the tackle. Feel like we've been putting his name to good use tonight. But Arizona now with an opportunity to really push out this advantage.
If you are Arizona, you begin to smell a little bit of blood in the water. You feel like you've kind of got them on the ropes, per se. If you can come away with a touchdown here, extend that lead to 31-10, that would really be saying something. And you've got 5:50 to do it. You can really work this clock to your advantage as well.
Well, that was incomplete. Almost tipped up in a really awkward position. Donnie Hands was the intended target. And Tazzy Blackwell nearly had a pick.
A little awkward play scheme there, trying to do a little quick pitch and catch, I guess you will, but just wasn't there. So back to the drawing board on second down.
Jackson with Moses to her left. Punk moves in motion. Toss play outside Jay Obama. That picks up 2.
And already an important 3rd down. If you want to, as Arizona would certainly want to do here, continue to use this clock to your advantage. You got plenty of time. You could really take this drive, be very methodical about it. If you can get over the hump here and get out of this 3rd and 8, they certainly don't want to be rushed off the field so soon.
Los Angeles needs a stop. Jackson rolls out, got a clean pocket, looks... Oh, what a hit! Play made. It was intended for Hands, and Monte Wyatt says, not in my house. And Arizona will be forced to roll out Charles McLongfellow to punt it away.
Yeah, and guess who? Like you said, Monte White. Again, this guy has been absolutely physical tonight, and there's a reason that we've called his game so much because he has been all over the field and just in pursuit of the football the entire time.
Unfair call. Fair, fair call of judgment there from Bubba Tree. He's had a turbulent night on return journey. He's had a return touchdown not long ago in that opening quarter, and then a fumble that was taken back for a score by Mike Churchill. But Los Angeles now, their defense has gotten a stop, and Richardson will have another crack. Handoff, left-hand side. Jack is dumped after only a gain of 1. Tackle made by Nathaniel Diggs.
We've also called his name a couple of times in this game as well. So, again, he's getting very physical, staying up on the line, stopping the run on a couple of occasions, trying to keep this ground game going. And Los Angeles right now kind of running into a brick wall with it the last couple of attempts.
Jack Flash moves from left to right. Richardson rolls out, pressure, oh great play! What a catch downfield by LZ Pryor.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just want to give your opportunities to your receivers to go up and make a play. And take a look at this on this replay. Literally, probably shouldn't have even been attempted with 3 of those black and orange uniforms in the area. But when you have a receiver such as that, you want to give them a chance to make a play. That's exactly great confidence, great timing, and a great relationship between quarterback and wide receiver there to make that happen.
Richardson drops back to backs running routes. One of them's going to get it in the backfield. It's Jonathan Wells. Hello. Pickup of 8, but he absolutely slaughtered one of the Arizona defenders in the process. What a first touch for Jalen.
It was Terrell Davis who was knocked into another zip code on that one, and I'm telling you, he's going to be stepping up there and probably picking some teeth up off the ground. Man, that was rough.
Heavy set here for Los Angeles. Toss play to the outside. That's Logan. Jack gets caught behind a blocker. He will not get the first down. Great tackle made by the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage. That prevents the first down.
Yeah, and that was an important stop right there because if you can get off the field here and keep them from advancing on this third down, if you're Arizona, that big stop by Gage is even that more magnified.
Heavy set again, handoff up the middle. Jalen Wells says right into Eddie Gage. And that's the second carry for Wells, and he is certainly up for this.
And there's a reason that you're starting to see them really pound the ground game, and that's because last week Arizona allowed 265 rushing yards. So they feel like they have something there that they just need to keep grinding away at, and I think you're going to see that for the duration of this game.
Richardson drops back. The toss to the outside is caught by Jack. Hello! Logan Jack for a first down. He's inside. Goal to go. Los Angeles are on the move.
Yeah, Logan may have had a couple of them kind of timid to come up and hit him after that last knockout to Terrell Davis there. But a good job of Logan Jack of really kind of almost walking on a tightrope along the sidelines and making some people miss and getting the first down.
And they punch it in. Jalen Wells back in. He's been the hot hand. He'll go into block here. Caught by Flash. That's going to get a couple, and that will move him closer to the goal line. Sean Moore in on the stop.
I thought that was actually a nice, safe decision by Sully Richardson. Instead of going for a shot in the end zone, just took the safe man going across the middle to pick up some positive yardage there, and maybe, again, you look at a run play here.
Handoff is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's Brandon Brennenstall. First career touchdown for the rookie.
And you got to love it. You know, that's a good feeling right there for the rookie getting their first touchdown. And the perfect play design for it as well. Brennan Stahl, a very physical runner, but a nice job of just kicking out to the left side. And he is someone who doesn't care to make contact. And you can see it right there, just kind of bulldozes over the defender on the way to the end zone for 6. Great job.
Here we go, Cam. This game has been all over the place in the opening half, but it is really entertaining. Los Angeles with another successful scoring drive, and that extra point from Zashdol Black is up and through, and now we've got 2 minutes before the half, but Arizona set to receive another possession. See if Los Angeles' defense can continue this hot streak that they've had. This kickoff is not returned by hands, and the Scorpions will run this one out to the 20.
There was
moment though for Brandon Brennanstall, the rookie, picking up his first career touchdown, as one of the most impressive players in the entirety of the SFLM last season, has opened up his SFL account. Jackson sends Punk from left to right. Play clock winds down. Jackson hands it off to Moses, and Moses, fighting through traffic, picks up 7. And that will keep the clock rolling into the 2-minute warning.
Moses was a real bright spot last week. It's good to see them feeding him the football again, Jacob.
2-minute warning here in this opening half. What an entertaining contest we've got here, as Arizona looking to drive to potentially extend their lead before the half is out. Barmer in the backfield here, starting to get used to these formation subs that Eddie Gage has put together. Moses outside. It's Moses now to the right-hand side, but in my defense, Cameron, they have used Barmer a lot in the backfield in those single back 2 tight end sets. That time it was Moses in on the touch, but good diversity in this Arizona backfield.
Oh, indeed, a lot of diversity, being very creative. That's only going to help them in the long run.
Jackson caught for a first down. That's TJ Punk. And that gets the chains moving. Under 90 seconds left in the half. No urgency, though, from the Arizona offense to get forward.
No, not yet. I think they're going to try to milk this clock for all it's worth. They just don't want to see Los Angeles get the football back this half. That last touchdown was so important. Of course, I don't have to tell anybody why that was so important to draw within 7 here, for Los Angeles to be able to do so. Now Arizona just wants to take this last minute and some change and see if they can get some points. Oh,
hit! What a play! How about the recognition by the linebacker, Tazzy Blackwell?
Wow. Tazzy Blackwell, 6'3", 240 pounds, all 5 seasons with Los Angeles, and has made moves like that her entire career. But that was one of the best that I have seen. Add that to her highlight reel the entire time, looking at Ashley Jackson, knowing exactly where she's going to go with that football, and literally springing into action. And boy, that's what we were talking about. They wanted to be kind of conservative, not give the ball back, and that's exactly what happened. The turnover bug bites again, Jacob.
That's Blackwell's 18th career interception. Actually, no, first career interception for Tazzy Blackwell. There you go. So I was looking at the 17 pass deflections. A huge moment for her, 5 seasons in the league. And has now posted an interception on the board as that play to the outside burns the first timeout by the Lycans. And Richardson can keep trotting out here. Empty backfield. Arizona drops their safeties right back. Richardson trying to test it. It's caught in double coverage. Great play, LZ Pryor.
You talk about threading the needle. Sully Richardson has done that a multitude of times in this game today. I venture to say about 50% of the passes that he has delivered has been some tight window throws, and just doing a really good job at it. Um, and again, just confidence that you feel this Los Angeles team get off these turnovers. They're not intimidated at all.
Richardson caught. What a play! Took a specky over the top of Terrell Davis. He's had a rough half, poor Terrell Davis, the outside corner. And Los Angeles burns another timeout. Richardson trotting back out here with Jack to his left, 3 wide. 15 to go for the Lycans. Richardson, backfield, Jack's got work to do, gets past Garrison. Jack gets past Gamble, he's got 6. What a play by Logan Jack.
Impressive. We've talked all day about Logan Jack being able to, as I like to call it, maneuver in traffic, and that's exactly what you see right there. First, again, a great reception, nice shaking off a tackle, but I love this right here, how, awareness on the football field, Logan Jack knowing where he is at, knowing that he can get to the outside there. He's got the advantage and the speed to beat that defender in a foot race to the end zone. That's exactly what happened. And remember, they were down 2 scores not long ago, just seems like a few minutes ago, but they didn't panic. They worked their way back into this game.
The extra point by Black is up and through. Yes, Paulie Drew, we absolutely have a ball game here. 48 combined points and a half. That's almost the over in and of itself in not even a half of football. And now the Scorpions are going to get the ball back with 45 seconds left on the game clock. Boy, are we having a fun time here in Phoenix, Arizona. This kickoff not returned by Hands and Cameron. They were down by 14, and just like that, we're tied again.
It's incredible. It really is. I think that it goes to show both of these teams have the potential to really break out and make big plays. Also, their defenses are rising up to the occasion as well. Both sides of the football playing really tough today. We would have thought that, 24 apiece would have been a score that would have been, seen at the end of the game. No, not so much. Just the end of a half here. And we still got 44 seconds to go.
Toss play outside. Moses has got blocks. Monte White saves the day. It's a first down. Arizona doesn't burn a timeout, and Cameron, that should take us to the halftime break.
I feel like it will. You had the interception just on the last series. I think right here you want to be conservative. Don't push the ball down the field. Just be content with going into halftime all tied up and come back at it again in quarter number 3.
Well, this game needs time to settle down, but they'll go right back to Bismarck. Wright is going to make use of the soft box, and he'll pick up about 9. So that's his best carry of the night. There's been heavy involvement from both rookie tailbacks tonight. Jackson will trot out the offense, but the clock will expire. Oh, she got a playoff. Hand off to Moses. Moses beats 1. He's up to halfway, but a tackle made will save anything further than that, and that wraps up a brilliant first half here at Fatality Field. That tackle made by Ryan Yosef at his first of the night. But Cameron, there is so much to go over in our 1 minute worth of halftime break.
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you, Jacob. We have seen everything. It's easier to say, what haven't we seen in this game today? We have seen kick returns for touchdowns. We've seen kick returns for fumble recoveries that lead to touchdowns. We have seen interceptions for both sides of the football, and we have seen great offensive drives. That's what I want to talk about in this game. The offense. Look at Sully Richardson, 14 of 20, having a really good game and making big throws when it was needed, getting a lot of help from the receivers and the backs, just getting out in open field. For Los Angeles, keep doing that. And for Arizona, Ashley Jackson having a better game than last week, definitely. And again, overall, both of these offenses right now exploiting the defenses. I think it's so interesting to see how this has become an offensive-minded game. Will we see that continue into the second half? I don't know. They may begin to settle down here. But if they can't, it'll be a foot race to the finish. It may be one of those games where the last person with the football ends up the victor. We'll see.
Great halftime recap by Cameron Doody. We're back here at Fatality Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Poor Bismarck Wright, he's back here on stats. I think his heart rate is so far through the roof we can't see it. And Dwayne Schindler jumped on midway through the half on stats as well. We appreciate that. And we'll get back into it. Here, Arizona will get first dibs on possession. It's returned by Punk up past the 30 to the 33. And just like that, we've got an update from the other game going on tonight. Cam, tell us what's going on in game number 2.
Thank you, Jacob. Not nearly as much excitement in this one offensively as your game, but Queen City late in the first half would punch it in. They then get an interception and tack on a turnover or a field goal. 10-6 Queen City on top of Houston at the break. Back to you guys.
We go back to this absolutely berserk game in Arizona. The Lycans are not going down without a fight. Jackson drops back. That's caught by Churchill for a first down. Jackson's right back to it.
We already know that Churchill has had a big day, and that's not what you want to see.
Absolutely not. TD Jack had a good half. And that opens up some good plays, and that leaves LA with 2 natural corners. So a big opportunity for Devontae Moore, the sophomore corner, but unfortunate circumstances for the LA defense with TD Jack having to check out. We'll keep an eye on that as we progress. And the Lycans, or Arizona rather, now with 3 wide, single back to Jackson's left is Barmer. The short throw is caught by, trying to check if that was Punk. It was TJ Punk for a gain of 3.
Yeah, in that regard, a nice job of getting that catch and getting just a couple of positive yards here to bring up this second down.
I'll keep it rolling here on second down. Punk from right to left. Handoff middle. Moses trying to break free. And he'll get close to the first down marker, spotted a yard shy.
Moses is someone that you can rely on, when you need a good 6, 7, 8 yards on a play. He's pretty good at getting it. You can see, and take a look at that right there. After hit, 30 yards. He's someone who thrives on contact, and he certainly doesn't go down when he goes head-to-head with an opponent either. He just keeps on rolling.
Hand off up the middle. That's Bismarck Wright, and Bismarck's going. Oh, what about that from Bismarck Wright? Breaking contact everywhere. And the youngster getting in on the action. Moses is averaging over 7 yards per carry, but Bismarck Wright has had a good, I guess, introduction to his SFL career. Didn't see the ball in week 1. And he's right back into it this week. Jackson, that was risky. And the LA defender went for TJ Punk and not the ball, and I wonder if it was the inverse, whether it would have been a pick.
Could have very well been the case. To touch real quick on what you were talking about with Bismarck Wright and the great introduction, I thought that was a scrappy little run. I just want to give a call to that. I mean, it looked like there could have been 2 or 3 times on that conversion that Bismarck could have been stopped behind the line, but would not be denied. I thought that was great.
Toss play outside. That's Jay Barmer. Picks up a gain of 3. And that will give Arizona a task on 3rd and 7.
If you've noticed, it's been a carousel of backs in this game so far by Arizona. We have seen, DJ and Jay and Bismarck all get involved, all touching the football. That's not just happenstance, folks. That is all planned to try to throw this defense off and see if somebody can get the upper hand. And, so far it's done pretty well for them.
Jackson, great catch by Punk.
If anything, it has, doing that rushing tandem that they have has allowed this passing game to open up, because again, when you have 3 backs that you have to continually watch out for, it's hard to zone in on the run game as well as defend the pass, and you kind of start to see a little bit of give there, and this is what's happened. It's helped the passing game a lot today, and that's why we see them continue to go back for it. Good reception by Punk.
Arizona now 5 from 9 on
Oh,
3rd down. That's caught by Churchill inside the 5.
well, I'm really impressed with Mike Churchill, Jacob. I think he has, he's done a great job today. We even seen him on the special teams play, to get the fumble recovery for the touchdown. But I love watching him in routes like this on plays such as that. He does a really nice job in the middle of the field, and it was literally a shoestring tackle away from taking that to the house.
It was a free agent signing from the DC Dragons, his first season in Arizona colors. Punk is the lone receiver with Grabowski and Todd on the line. 2 backs in the backfield. Jackson's going to throw. It's caught by TJ Punk.
Oh, man. So where do you begin on a play like that? We don't have a lot of time with the replays to talk about everything I want to, but look at this. Very physical. Hand-to-hand combat there right off the line. Great physicality by the defense, but the brilliance of it was Punk and Ashley Jackson having the confidence that Punk would come up with that reception. Literally put it right at his kneecaps to where he could just kind of bend over and get it. Knew he was going to be there in that spot. That's what you love to see in the SFL, folks.
You talked earlier about how he's ever reliable. In that instance, he was absolutely reliable. What a great grab in one-on-one coverage. And Arizona gets back to it. Have you ever wanted to be a play-by-play or analyst broadcaster? We are looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you who want to join the team for this Major League season. Visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how to get your voice on the call like we are tonight. That kickoff returned by Iniguez up to the 28, and Los Angeles have had half of the yardage of Arizona, but it's been, Cameron, those crazy kick return touchdowns that's just complete random points that they've been able to produce, but they are right in this ball game, and they'll look to get back to it here on this possession. Loan back to Richardson's right. And a motion prior from the top to the bottom. Been a good night for him after a quiet start. Richardson, handoff, Jack. Jack's trying to get momentum. Good carry. Logan Jack with a bruising run. Only gets him 3 though. Bit harsh on the spot.
Yeah, they did a good job. It looked as if he was going to be able to bounce back to the right side like he had an opening there. And Arizona did a good job of swarming it before he was to break free. We know what happens when he gets out in open field.
Here we go again. Richardson dropping back in a heavy set. Looking deep, and Jack Flash has got a catch.
Well, that was just nice. That was, again, a great route that was run. And Richardson has done a very nice job today of, again, just great placement of the football. We've talked about it, great confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play. Take a look at the stats. I do know that there's 2 interceptions that have been tacked onto it. That does come risk-reward to making those tight window throws, but he's certainly done a nice job on many occasions tonight.
Richardson, delayed handoff. Diggs is all over Jack on that occasion, along with Sean Moore. In fact, he came up second best on that occasion, the veteran linebacker, and Los Angeles will keep moving forward. That was a really interesting play call. They had no receivers on the field, and Richardson dropped back and unleashed an absolute dot to his top tight end in Jack Flash. And handoff up the middle. That's Brennan Stall. That will pick up a couple more and makes 3rd down more manageable.
Yeah, Brennan-Thal, let's remember an exciting day for him, getting his first SFL touchdown of his career, the first of many for sure. And, when you can do that, you can make big plays like that, they rely on you, they get confidence in you, they begin to feed you the football even that much more. So good to see them go back to him. I think he's going to be an integral part of this offense this season.
Richardson on 3rd down. Unleashes. Oh, tipped away, and Gamble provided an invaluable hit that forced it away from Jack Flash, and that will force a special teams unit to come out for the Lycans. Are they in field goal range? I think they're going to be outside of it. And I'll have to punt this one away.
Yeah.
Punt taken at the 21 by Punk, and he will roll forward to the 30. And LA once again tasked with trying to get a stop on defense. It seems, Cameron, that for every good thing the LA defense does, the LA offense can't necessarily match it, and they need to start stringing some plays together. But Arizona once again find themselves with the momentum, and will trot the offense out here from just shy of the 30 to see if they can continue their lead. Single back is Barmer. Hands from right to left. Already has 2 touchdowns tonight. Jackson, pressure. Oh, great grab. And he's off downfield and trapped from behind. That saved a touchdown. He almost had a third.
Yeah, this goes back to the point that you were going to make right there, Jacob. The fact that Los Angeles has been able to capitalize on kick returns as well as interceptions that's put them in good field position to score. This is what they're lacking in this game. They've let Arizona, really, get out front. And if it hadn't been for Arizona's own mistakes, Los Angeles may not even be this close in this game. And I got to tell you that Arizona has a real chance here with plays like that to open this thing up. We'll see if they can.
Jackson slings at punt, first down. And Ashley Jackson is starting to really get a roll on here in this game. James Hands already has 2 touchdowns tonight. That previous play was almost a third, but that's a great route, Cameron. And brave play. It was forced into tight coverage. Ryan Joseph was all over him. Still able to make the catch.
Yeah.
And Jackson is now well and truly on the move. 2 straight really good passing plays from the Arizona offense. They go right back to it here on first down. Jackson slings it all. That was risky. And Joseph probably should have had a pick.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like it was going to be that way. It was... Honestly, I thought that was a pick, maybe even a pick 6 for sure there. So Arizona gets away with that one big time. We got to commend Ashley Jackson, though, doing a really nice job in today's game. No doubt, as we mentioned, some of the passes that's been made, doing a nice job of commanding this offensive unit here.
Jackson, great pocket, caught Punk again. What a night for TJ Punk.
Yeah, TJ Punk, we said that earlier, as you mentioned, a very reliable wide receiver. I mentioned that as well, just how the guy always seems to come up with a big reception when you need it. I have to say, I think that this chemistry between those two is only going to get better as this season goes along. They really have found something here in this offensive scheme that they're running today, and don't expect them to go away from it. That's just great.
Now with 5 to go, you can lean on the run if you want. Jackson handoff. Palmer is nailed at the line of scrimmage. Great tackle by Tazzy Blackwell.
Well, it's certainly not lost on Los Angeles that they desperately need to just minimize the damage here. And if they can force Arizona into a field goal situation, that's going to be hard to do with the momentum that Arizona now has on their side. But stay in this game, Los Angeles definitely needs to make a stop.
Handoff up the middle. Moses can't get through. Good tackle again made by Monte Wyatt. And that will force a 3rd and goal here for the Scorpions. And Cameron, not necessarily a guaranteed run here. They've now handed it off to both tailbacks here. Jackson's going to throw. Oh, great play. Bismarck Riders. Oh, he's held up at the goal line. A heartbreaker for the rookie. Great tackle by Moore on the goal line.
It looked like it was the perfect play design. As a matter of fact, I will go ahead and say it. That was a great play design. Just a nice little kick out there to Bismarck out in the flat. Looked like he was going to be able to even, just stretch his way in there. But instead, it was that Lycan defense knew that they needed that stop. Great job of overpowering Bismarck.
Jelani with a chip shot extends it to 10. And it was so close. We almost had, on that play at least, a night where both of the rookie tailbacks on these rosters scored a touchdown, but Brennan Stall's still the only one that has entered that category. And now the Lycans with a crucial goal to go stop. Keep it to 10. Return from deep in the end zone is not taken by Oniguez, and we trot it out to the 20. See how the Lycans respond. It's been hard for the Lycans offense since that touchdown to Logan Jack towards the end of the second quarter. See if they can get some momentum back in their sails here. Richardson drops back, has got good protection, looks, incomplete! And it was almost picked off by Iverson Gamble. Jack Flash took a real risk there by letting that one go.
This is a very crucial drive, not to even over-exaggerate, but I think that you take a look at the time that's left on the board. We've seen them get down by 2 scores earlier in the game, but they had plenty of time left. Now, 2 minutes left in this third, down by 10. Got to get some points on the board here, guys.
Short throw is caught by Logan Jack, who got absolutely ripped into by Nathaniel Diggs. And now the Lycans must convert here on third down. Their third down offense has been okay tonight. About comparable to Arizona's, but an empty back set for Richardson. Nowhere to hide here for Sully. Drops back. Arizona brings 4. He's got a clean pocket, deep look. Incomplete. Great coverage at the back by, I would imagine, Eddie Gage.
I believe it
falls away incomplete.
Yeah, a big stop right there by Arizona. We talked about it leading into the third quarter, that would we see one of these defenses be able to rise up and stop this foot race that we had been on in the first half. So far, Arizona winning the battle here in this third quarter.
Punt taken by Punk at the 45, and he'll be spotted at the 46. Just again, when LA's defense produces something that was very necessary, their offense couldn't quite capitalize on it. And now this is great field position for the Scorpions. Jackson looking to get right back to it here. She had a great last drive. 4-2 dime, or nickel rather. For the Lycans, Donnie Hands moves from left to right. Jackson. Oh, it's picked! What a play LA's defense has produced again.
Rochelle
picked
Colston.
Off on the outside by Ray Colston.
A great job of Colston right there. I mean, let's take a look at this. You could tell that great protection for one. I mean, just a nice job on defense, completely swarming the perimeter and just stepping up in front of a wayward pass that really probably shouldn't have even been thrown. But that right there is how Los Angeles has been able to stay in this game. They capitalize on turnovers such as that, gives them good field position, and here you go. Can they do it again?
Jalen Wells appears to be the lone back in this formation. The handoff will go to him, and he is jammed up. Nathaniel Diggs has had a strong night tonight. That's a loss of 1.
That's going to be the challenge, though. This Arizona defense has came out this third quarter and stopped this Los Angeles offense from being able to move. They're going to have to try to get over that hump, do something, a little bit creative here to try to get some yardage downfield. They're going to have it.
Richardson, what a grab! Taken at the 30 in one hand. LZ Pryor put it on a highlight reel.
That's definitely a nice hands catch of the game, right? I mean, take a look at this. One-handed. And again, we just said they needed something. It's all about momentum. It's all about getting a spark. That's what football's about. It's a series of consistent positive plays. And they needed that. We said they needed to get over the hump, and that might help things.
Richardson has now eclipsed 200 yards on the night. That was a brilliant catch by Pryor. He rolls out to his left, looking, tight end got in the way of it.
Yeah, that was Pryor.
Well, that's not exactly the right way to back up a brilliant play, but no harm, no foul, and LA can go right back to it here. But that is going to put some wind in their sails. 3 wide for Richardson. Drops back, got protection, takes his time, surveys, caught, and a flag down. Great catch made downfield, and we'll see what the infringement was on the Arizona defense, and so that will mark them even closer. Parker Thomas with a face mask on the tackle.
Yeah.
I believe it was Jack Flash who made the catch.
It was a really nice job and a great reception there. You know, and again, that penalty, which we haven't seen many of today, that just helps them that much more. Now 5 yards out.
5 to go for the Lycans. Handoff to Brennan Stall, and he will pick up a couple. Tackle made by J.R. Lawless. 3 quarters done here at Fatality Field in Phoenix, Arizona. A huge fourth quarter upcoming.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Thank you, Curtis. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. Visit apmmusic.com to get the perfect tracks for your projects. Handoff up the middle is dumped. Sean Moore in on the stop, and that will force Los Angeles to have a crack here on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, they run it twice with Brennan Stahl, and I certainly think it's great that they're continuing to use him in this goal line situations, but a little bit predictable play calling there. That's pretty much going to have to force them into at least going to the air here, or at least see if they have an option, in my opinion.
Chris Lee moves from right to left. Haven't seen him yet tonight. Pryor. Richardson looking for Pryor. It's incomplete. Great tip away by Arizona's defense. Zach Hamburger is going to be credited with that deflection.
No, it was such a nice job because it looked like just in the corner he had his man, that rollout. It was a really good play design. They've done well with the rollouts all game long. Just wasn't able to connect. Nice job by Arizona making the stop here.
Kick is up and good from Zach Storm-Black, so that negates the previous field goal by Jelani and brings us back to a 7-point ball game.
Yeah, and that was important, Jacob. You know, to get some points off of that, you had to capitalize on points off the turnover. They were able to do so there. Maybe not what they wanted. They felt like they were on the verge of getting that touchdown punched in. But again, that narrows it down to a one-score game. If your defense can make another stop, we've seen them come back before. That's going to help their intentions here.
Huge kickoff by Black, not returned by Donnie Hands, and see how Arizona responds. That was a great goal line stop by their defense on that occasion. And now with fresh possession, Jackson looking to get back to it here. She's had a good night to date, but needs to shake off the interception from the previous drive. Handoff, Moses is dumped after they're going to give him a gain of 4 on that occasion.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. It's going to be important to shake off that turnover, and they've had a few of them in this game today. Right now though, it's important, more important than ever. Protect that football. Don't give it away right here. Make a drive of this for yourself if you're Arizona.
Hand off up the middle to Bismarck, right, and Bismarck almost off. Great tackle made. The rookie is having a fine night.
This has been a lot of fun. Inside this great battle that we have seen tonight, we've also seen the emergence of two rookie running backs in Brandon Brenenstock, for Los Angeles, and now Bismarck Wright for Arizona. Both doing really nice jobs today and getting some really good runs. I love watching the maturation of these rookies kind of blossom in front of our eyes.
And off straight up the middle, back to Moses, and he picks up 6. And they keep it on the ground here, Arizona, and probably Cameron a smart choice given the interception on the last drive, but also now starting to think about can Arizona start draining this clock back with how lenient Los Angeles has been against the run.
Indeed.
Jackson, heavy set, 4 to go for a first. Back to Bismarck Wright. He's going to try and get close, and he'll be spotted a yard shy of the sticks.
It's a balancing act, really, is what it is, in my opinion here, Jacob. You certainly don't want to do anything too risky, and you do want to drain clock, but also you don't want to get too conservative either, because we have seen in the past, that can come back to bite you as well. 3rd and 1 here, you got to expect that they'll try run, I would think anyway, and that's what we'll see.
Moses outside, and he got the first down, was sent about 5 yards back in the other direction afterward. But that doesn't matter.
No, it was a really good job right there. A nice play design. We knew they were going to go run on 3rd and 1. You just want to line up and pound that yard out, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Fresh set of downs here for the Scorpions. Short throw, great catch made. And will be spotted a yard shy of the first down by James Hands.
That's something else that Arizona has been able to improve in from last week to tonight is their yardage. We talked about that would be an important thing to look at in today's game is how on first down, how on second down can they do. They've not put themselves in many bad positions in 3rd and longs or such that they have to try to find a big chunk of yardage in a short amount of time. And again, a nice job there.
2nd and a fingernail here for Jackson. Hand off to Wright, and he's dumped. Great tackle made there. Very necessary one, in fact. That sends Arizona back a few inches for 3rd down.
They wouldn't be denied there, and that was huge. As you said, able to just move that back a little bit. Now this yard is going to be a little bit more difficult to convert.
Handoff up the middle, and DJ Moses is going to gobble up that first down, and that keeps the Arizona drive going.
It is, and like you said, it is beginning to take a lot of time off the board. And not only that, they're getting first downs. They're converting the ball. DJ Moses getting very close to the 100-yard mark today, and they're getting close to moving into a field goal range as well, and that could be devastating for Los Angeles.
Right back to it is thumped to the ground after a gain of 4.
We talk about Los Angeles and what this would mean for them to win today's game, to come out of here with a win. They haven't started a season getting with 1-1 in quite some time. They certainly don't want to go 0-2. That's for sure. They want to try to make some gains on their 4-8 season last year.
Arizona runs it for a 10th time on this drive. That picks up a few and brings them up to a 3rd and short.
Probably the biggest down of the game coming here, Jacob, in my opinion, so far, at least for both of these teams, but especially for Los Angeles. Can they get Arizona off the field? 3rd and 3, the time is never more right to make a stop right here and just stop them in their tracks if you can.
Jackson, deep route is caught. Big first down. TJ Punk.
That's Mr. Reliable. We talked about him. TJ Punk, we've said it all game long. And how many times have we seen it in this position, in the third downs, when it really mattered, when they needed somebody to step up and make the play? It's been TJ Punk. And again, that play was no exception. And right there, right on 100 yards receiving for the day for his efforts.
That's a ridiculous catch in contact, mid-air. Say what you want, that is an impressive grab by Punk, and that sets him up inside the red zone. Trying to get through his right, picks up 4 on that occasion. That marches them just a touch closer.
Well, take a look at that, that stat that they just showed right there, that third down consistency, 1 of 6 for Los Angeles. That's a telltale sign if you can't convert on third down. And then Arizona, 9 of 13, doing so much better than what they did last week. This team looks totally different, and I'm very impressed with the turnaround.
Hands will be motioned into the line here. Time ticking down in this fourth quarter. Caught by James. Hands is nailed after a first down. Good contact by Joseph, but it's going to put Arizona inside the 5.
Arizona can sense the coffin nails or that last sting, if you will, playing on the Scorpion reference. They're just they're on the outskirts of maybe putting this game away. And really one of the best time-draining drives that I have seen in a long time. Think about how much time has been milked on this drive, and Los Angeles hasn't been able to find a way to stop them yet.
It's been Moses, it's been Wright, it's been Balmer, it's been the whole shebang here for the Scorpions. They have done a really good job at draining this clock, and they're now spotted 2 yards shy of the red zone. Handoff. Moses trying to fight through traffic is nailed at the line of scrimmage.
The negative, obviously, he's not able to make it into the end zone for the touchdown. But the positive, that clock continuing to run. So you will expect them to probably take the next 30 seconds and counting here, down to 24 as we speak, and just let this thing run down as close to the 2-minute warning as they can get before they have to snap the ball again. And I think that's what we're going to see here. Just real methodical, real laid back on this play here.
Another crack here. 1.5 needed. The handoff to Jay Balmer is not quite enough. Tassie Blackwell's had some big plays tonight, and she shows up once again.
Yeah, sure did, and that was important as well. If Los Angeles does want to have any chance at hanging in this football game, they're going to take it down to the 2-minute warning, as you can see right here. So it's all going to be settled in just a couple of minutes. But if Los Angeles wants to have a chance at pulling anything out of the hat, they're going to have to make the stop and force them to a field goal here.
2-minute warning here in the fourth quarter. Arizona looking to punch this one in and potentially make it safe. They lead the Lycans 34 points to 27. Split Jokers look for the Scorpions. Third down. Los Angeles needs a goal line stop here. Handoff. Balmer dives into the end zone. It's a first SFL touchdown in an Arizona uniform for Jay Balmer, and that pushes out the Scorpion lead to 2 scores.
Congratulations to the fullback Jay Balmer, and when all else fails, let the big man, go over top the pile. And that was a nice play right there. Again, just telling the fullback, hey, we're going to line up, we're going to let you, if you got to plow your way in or just climb over the top of the heap, just get this thing done, seal this thing for us. And that's just about, as we said, coffin nails on this game, unfortunately for Los Angeles, but for Arizona, a great comeback from last week.
An extra point from Jelani is up and good, and there you go, Cameron.
Look at that
16 plays, 80 yards, 7 minutes, and 23 seconds. They drained about 3/4 of an entire quarter of football on one possession. That is unbelievable clock management from Arizona.
Incredible.
And Los Angeles must respond here on this drive to keep the ball game alive. And here, Bubba Tree up towards the 30 is marked at the 28. And it's do or die now for the Lycans.
You know, that is something else. That it's like every checkpoint that we made, that we talked about going into this game, that we needed to see Arizona improve upon, they have done it. That includes time of possession. Last week, Arizona was on the field only for 11 minutes and 36 seconds. They were on the field for 7.5 minutes on that last drive alone. What a turnaround. It's something to be proud of.
Richardson zips it. It was hard to handle, but Pryor did so and gets a first down for his efforts, and that burns a timeout for the Lycans. And see if Richardson dials up something a bit more aggressive here. Time is not exactly on their side now. That drive completely suffocated the Lycans. Richardson, Everett Garrison's going to call game, and he's returning it up past the 30. He's got 2 tonight, EG 44.
How about that? That will seal the deal. And that was, again, Richardson for all the good plays that he's been able to make in this game today. Look at Garrison right there. As you said, second interception of the night. And just, again, total domination by this Arizona defense this second half, only allowing Los Angeles to come away with 3 points from the intermission. And again, we said, would they be a team that would rise up this second half? Arizona answered the call. Great game.
Mount Everett, the longtime veteran corner, grabs a second pick tonight. And this Arizona rushing attack finally got back to its stride tonight. Canton was all over it in week 1, but Jay Barmer and Eddie Gage went back into the film room together this week, and they have well and truly cooked up a great playbook tonight. It has worked a charm. All 3 backs have been great tonight. It's been good to see the integration of the rookie in Bismarck Wright, along with the usual suspects in Moses and Barmer. Punk motion from left to right, handoff by Jackson to Bismarck Wright, and he will move the stick a little further forward, and that will be the final LA timeout.
And now, as you said, you can just expect them to continue to milk the clock here and go away with this one. But wow, how impressive. And that's what I said I love about week 2 football. You know, those week 1 games, you know, you got to shake the rust off. You're starting a new season. Some things work, some things don't. But boy, week 2 and onward, you begin to see the teams that's able to make the adjustments they need and put it together.
And off Moses is right back to it. That's a first down. And Arizona is going to milk this clock away. See if they take up the mercy rule and go into victory formation, or if they'll keep trying to pound it forward. Get Bismarck Wright some extra yardage before the clock runs out. But Cameron, what a turnaround for Arizona. 28-0 in week 1. They looked like they were a shade of their former selves from season 21, but they are right back to it here, back at home, and they've downed an otherwise impressive Lycans opposition 41-27.
Yes. And, you know, it comes at a perfect time to get that first win, Jacob, because you've got Charleston. You've got to go on the road and play them next week. A tough team, of course, and Denver the week after. And, of course, you know, let's talk about Los Angeles for a moment, dropping to 0-2, and you've got the Atlanta Swarm. You got to go on the road to Atlanta and then on to Minnesota after that. So tough sledding for both of these teams, and that's why this win was so important. Whoever come out of here with it today, you know, try to get some momentum, because it's only going to get tougher as this season goes along. Tough opponents await both of these squads.
Jackson will take another knee. Well, if you want more football, don't worry, we've got it. Tomorrow night, San Diego tries to shake off their week 1 woes against the division rival in Vancouver in Pseudo Nakai's return to California, plus the unbeaten Canton visit the undefeated Indianapolis. In the nightcap, Portland travels to Louisiana, and Alamo City welcomes the V8s of Motor City. It's the SFL right here on SFL YouTube. Action starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Meanwhile, Arizona are your victors in this game. Cameron Duty this game was absolutely ridiculous in that second quarter. You see the box score there, 21 points by LA, 17 for Arizona in a quarter of football. And then Arizona just got that rushing attack going. The Red Sea took over the ball game, and they just drained that clock away.
Yeah.
Again, look at that time of possession. Great pick out.
Yeah, huge. We talked about that, how they needed to improve on that last week. Arizona turned around and did exactly what Canton did to them last week, and it was really impressive. A great job of both of these teams, fighting hard today. And in the end, if you got to give it to a player of the game, I can't go with just one. I got to go with two, and I'll tell you why. Number one, James Hands. I'm going to give it to some co-wide receivers here. James had the 2 big touchdown receptions, but I got to give a call to TJ Punk because he had 6 receptions on 7 targets and a touchdown as well. He come up with some big plays when they needed it. So many stars on the field tonight. I had a blast, Jacob. This game had everything we wanted and then some. Really excited for both of these teams. A lot of talent on both sides of the ball. They should have some good seasons ahead of them.
It was a really awesome fixture and a great way to end tonight's proceedings of SFL action. Again, more football coming for you tomorrow. As mentioned, Arizona will hit the road to visit Charleston. Los Angeles is tasked with a road trip against Atlanta. Arizona are your victors, 41 points to 27. We'll see you tomorrow night for even more SFL YouTube. For now, have a good night, and we will see you soon.